Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolfe.
We're going to start right with our weather watcher, Terry, out in Genoa, already reporting 11.3 inches of snow. And that's where we've seen some of those heavier rates toward the south and the southeast, where that rain snow line just inched very close to it, but that's where the heaviest rates of snow ended up falling, and as a result, nearly a foot of snow already out for Terry in Genoa. And some other spots still upwards of 6 or even 8 inches off to the southeast, 4 to 6 inches generally speaking for those near and around the Rockford area. This all coming with this very strong low pressure system along a very strong temperature gradient as well. Locations in and around the state line still sitting in the 30s, but just off to our west, Des Moines, Iowa sitting at 11 degrees right now, and some other spots in the single digits not too far away from there as well. That's kind of the track that this low pressure system is taking, and it is inching a little bit closer to the region, and as a result the dry slot starting to inch closer and to the north of Interstate 88. Ahead of that though, and still to the north, a few still higher snowfall rates that are producing still some of those drops in visibility. However, improvements already being noted, especially off to the south. Once that dry slot lifts north, then we have to worry about this next wave that we're pushing in from Iowa out to the west. That'll come in as we get later on into the night tonight, mainly after 10 o'clock, lasting into the early hours of the overnight. We are still seeing those drops in visibility, and we can see that really evident when we look at our SkyTrack cameras across the area, and still seeing some of those snow-covered roads as well in many spots. Still seeing those heavier snowfall rates even that are able to overcome some of those otherwise warm roadways that are sitting right at or just above the freezing mark. But visibility becoming more of a concern into the evening hours tonight. We're already still seeing many spots under a mile of visibility. Rochelle sitting at 1 mile right now. Rockford at three-quarters of a mile of visibility, three-quarters of a mile of visibility in Monroe, half mile of visibility in Janesville. Some improvements down in Sterling. They are up to 4 miles of visibility with the drops in those snowfall rates as well as lightning winds. However, winds start to pick up, especially when we look off to the west and to the northwest. 25 to even close to 30 mile per hour wind gusts currently being reported, with higher winds to move in as we get into the early part of the overnight hours tonight. That's what we currently see across portions of Iowa, where winds could gust close to 50 miles per hour. And as a result, that is where the National Weather Service has issued and upgraded their winter storm warning to a blizzard warning that goes into effect at 5 p.m. this evening for portions of northwestern Illinois that include Joe Daviess, Stevenson, Carroll, and Whiteside counties, as well as the majority of Iowa, where wind gusts could get close to 50 or even 55 miles per hour. And that's where we see those visibilities that could drop close to 0 at times. Taking a look with Futurecast, this is what we're going to see, that dry slot lifting north, followed by additional snow showers. And this will be a little bit more of a fine, light kind of snow as opposed to the heavy wet snow that we are currently seeing, as temperatures will be sharply dropping into the evening hours and into the overnight as well. As a matter of fact, temperatures already down into the low 20s early tomorrow, and that is as warm as they get for quite a while going forward. We are going to continue to see those decreases in those visibilities, especially out to the west. Blowing and drifting snow becoming much more of a concern. Near zero visibility and winds gusting close to 50 miles per hour at times here locally in the state line. That could lead to dangerous travel conditions, at least in some portions. And I mentioned that colder air, already seeing temperatures falling from near 20 where they are during the early part of the day tomorrow, down into the low 20s following that, and then below 0 for Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Those following afternoon highs only around that 0 degree mark and below 0 temperatures, with wind chills possibly as low as -30 or even -40.
Wow, dangerously cold. All right, thanks for that, Jordan.